Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Service Dog channel. I'm going to give you 15 places where you can get a free service dog that's already fully trained for you. This is for real. This is my program-trained service dog, Story, who retired last year. I got her from one of the places on this list. The only thing she cost me was my travel expenses and staying in a hotel for 2 weeks. This is legitimate. First, you need to understand that service dogs are specially trained animals that assist individuals with disabilities. If you're not disabled, you can't have a service dog. These remarkable companions can provide a wide range of services, from guiding the blind to alerting individuals of impending seizures. Professional service dog programs play a crucial role in training and placing these life-changing animals with those in need. The specialized training some of these dogs receive is worth up to $70,000. Unbelievably, some of these professional service dog programs are dedicated to providing fully trained service dogs to disabled individuals free of charge. These programs typically follow a rigorous process that includes dog selection, training, veterinary care, matching dogs with suitable recipients, placement classes, and ongoing monitoring and support. They do this by funding their operations through donations, grants, and fundraising on behalf of their clients. Service dogs can increase independence by performing tasks, enhance mobility by guiding people, improve mental health conditions like PTSD and autism, and alert people to impending seizures or hypoglycemia, just to name a few. The training process can take up to 2 years, and the waiting list can be as long as 5 years because the demand for these service dogs continues to grow. And now, here are the 15 organizations that provide free service dogs to persons with disabilities. This list should be up to date as of fall of 2024. At the end of the video, I'll tell you how to find more organizations like these. In no particular order, the first organization is called Canine Companions, and their website is canine.org. They have an extensive network of facilities across the country. They provide both hearing dogs and service dogs to adults, children, veterans, and active duty military personnel. The disabilities they work with include autism, mobility, military-related PTSD, and some other medical issues. As you can see, their training center and field office network is quite extensive, the largest I've ever seen. They specialize in helping people with physical or developmental disabilities, adults who are deaf or hard of hearing, as well as children with autism and veterans with PTSD. These next 2 slides contain contact information for which office you should contact depending on what state you live in. You can pause the video to find the one that applies to you. Even though veterans interested in a service dog for physical or auditory disabilities are offered at all 6 training centers, currently the PTSD program is offered only at the Northwest, Northeast, and South Central regions. The next organization is Alpha Bravo Canine, and their website is alphabravocanine.org. They provide free service dogs to military veterans who fought in overseas combat and now suffer from a disability related to their wartime service. The wait time can be anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. Here's their contact information. Based in Pennsylvania, they specialize in only PTSD service dogs, and they offer services to help you train your own dog to be a service dog. America's Vet Dogs provides all services free of charge to accepted applicants. They also include transportation to and from their campus in Smithtown, New York, which is amazing because most programs require you to travel at your own expense and pay for your own lodging for about 2 weeks. Here's their contact information and the types of service dogs they train. Their goal is to provide enhanced mobility and renewed independence to veterans, active duty service members, and first responders with disabilities. They specialize in placing highly skilled service and guide dogs with individuals who have physical injuries, PTSD, hearing and vision loss, and seizures. That's quite a range of services. Next up, we have Assistance Canine Training Services, ACTS, and they train service dogs for mobility assistance and only for mobility. Their website is assistancecanine.org. Here's their location and contact information. They provide service dogs for both adults and children. They do not train for hearing, balance, seizures, or diabetes alerts, guide dogs, or PTSD, only for mobility. Assistance Dogs Northwest's primary focus is training service dogs for children and adults who are quadriplegics or paraplegics. Their service dogs are provided free of charge, but there's an initial $25 application fee and a $500 fee for team training camp. This covers tuition, books, field trips, and supplies for the dog. Students are responsible for their own transportation expenses. When you compare that to paying upwards of $20,000 for a service dog, it's an amazing opportunity. Here's their location and contact information. The average wait is less than 12 months, which is better than many programs. They do place dogs with clients as young as 10 years old with physical disabilities that significantly limit their mobility. They're only able to select applicants who will receive the greatest benefit from the specific skills the dogs are trained to perform. Like Assistance Dogs Northwest, Assistance Dogs of Hawaii's primary focus is training service dogs for children and adults who are quadriplegics or paraplegics. They also provide service dogs free of charge, but their team training camp is $1,000, which covers tuition, books, field trips, and supplies for the dog. As is typical, you're responsible for your own travel expenses. Still, considering the price of a fully trained service dog, this is a great deal. The average wait is less than 12 months, and clients can be as young as 10 years old. People with physical disabilities that significantly limit their mobility and are seeking increased independence are encouraged to apply. They only accept a limited number of applications per year. Brigadoon Dogs provide service dogs for free to veterans, but non-veterans have to fundraise $10,000 of the cost of their dog. There's a non-refundable application fee, but I didn't see how much it is, and they waive the application fee for veterans. You'd likely be responsible for costs associated with travel to and from Bellingham, Washington, and your lodging for the 2-week team training where you'd receive your service dog. Here's the contact information, and the process can take an average of 2 to 3 years from the time you first apply until you attend team training. They provide dogs for autism, mobility, military and civilian PTSD, psychiatric issues, as well as other medical service dogs. Can Do Canine's Assistance Dogs specializes in service dogs for mobility, autism, seizure alert, diabetes, and hearing. Their clients are adults as well as children. They're currently accepting applications from people residing in Minnesota and Wisconsin, but for autism dogs, only Minnesota because there's a long waiting list. Here's their contact information. The autism program is for children 2 to 7 years old, mobility assistance is for 10 and over, and diabetes and hearing alert dogs are for 18 and over. Next, Dogs for Better Lives is placing free autism assistance dogs in California, Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New York, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington. Over the next several years, the program will continue to grow, and they expect to eventually be available nationwide. Due to the high volume of applicants, they're currently not accepting new applications for autism dogs, but they plan to reopen the application process in 2025. Here's their contact information. In addition to autism dogs, they also provide free hearing alert dogs. The current expected wait time is approximately 36 months. Hearing alert dogs are trained to respond to a variety of household sounds, including doorbells, door knocking, smoke alarms, alarm clocks, telephones, name call, and oven timers. Freedom Service Dogs is very near and dear to my heart because they gave me my first program-trained service dog. Their website is freedomservicedogs.org, and the wait time is currently 3 to 4 years. They provide service dogs for people with physical disabilities, first responders, veterans with PTSD or traumatic brain injury, as well as for children 5 years and older, and adults with autism spectrum disorder or with other neurocognitive disabilities. Here's their contact information and a picture of my service dog I got from them before they started using all Labrador retrievers. You'd be required to travel to their facility near Denver, Colorado to meet your dog and attend the 2-week placement class. If you live outside the state, all travel and lodging expenses will be your responsibility. Got Your Six Support Dogs provides free service dogs to veterans and first responders who suffer with PTSD, TBI, traumatic brain injury, and or MST, military sexual trauma. You must have a verifiable diagnosis of one of these, and it must be service-related. Your healthcare provider will have to write a referral letter recommending a service dog. Here's their contact information. You'd be required to travel to their location in Maryville, Illinois, to fully participate in their program, including therapies, for 14 days without a caregiver or assistance in activities for daily living. The Guide Dog Foundation organization strives to improve the quality of life for people who are blind, have low vision, or have other disabilities. Their guide dogs are provided free of charge. What's really great is that they also provide training, transportation to and from the school, room and board during the 2-week training program, as well as aftercare services. Here's their contact information. You'd have to provide a medical report completed by your primary care physician, an ophthalmologist report, an orientation and mobility professionals report if you received O&M training, and a mental health report if you're currently being seen by a mental health professional. Guide Dogs of America and Tender Loving Canines combined do not charge for service dogs. They are a non-profit organization that places service dogs with veterans and with clients with autism. Their guide dog program qualifications are listed on their website. They place autism service dogs with children between 4 and 12. Here's their contact information. For a veteran service dog, the vet must be honorably discharged with a diagnosis of service-connected post-traumatic stress disorder, traumatic brain injury, or military sexual trauma and or mobility-limiting disabilities who is currently in treatment with a mental health professional. Mutts with the Mission spends approximately $60,000 to fully train their service dogs, but provides them for free other than the non-refundable application fee of $50. Otherwise, there's no charge for the training or the dog. Here's their contact information. They provide service dogs for United States service members who served on active duty and have a service-connected disability, as well as law enforcement officers, first responders, and federal agents who were disabled in the line of duty. And last but not least, we have Paws with a Cause. It costs them over $35,000 a dog to train a dog, but these service dogs are free to their clients. Their funding comes through individual donations nationwide. There are lots of different qualifications based on the type of disability and the special training needed of the dog, so make sure you check their website for that info. Here's their contact information and the states they serve. PAWS trains hearing dogs, service dogs, seizure response dogs, and service dogs for children with autism. There are many more organizations that provide free service dogs. If none of these seems to meet your needs, go to the Assistance Dogs International website and do a search to find more. At their website, look at the menu across the top of the screen and click on Members, then Members Search. You can choose filtering options before choosing your location. You can leave all of these options unchecked to see everything or get results for only the specific type of dog you need, your disability, your demographic, and if they'll help you train a dog you already have. Choose your location. The results will include programs that take clients from all over the country and not just their local areas. Next, the results look like this. If the program is willing to work with the dog you already have, there will be a red statement at the bottom of the organizational information box like this. To view their contact information, click on View Contact Info in the blue lettering. The box will expand to show a name, phone number, email address, and website. Follow the link to their website. And look for the search box like this near the top of the page. Sometimes they don't have one, but if they do, it makes your life a lot easier. Type in FAQ and hit enter. The search results could look something like this. Then click on the appropriate link. When I click on the little bold letters that say FAQs, it brings up these results. This is where your most important questions will be answered. Scan through their FAQs. And if you can't find the info you need, start clicking through all of the links on the homepage. If you still can't find it, call or email them. Now that you know how to find a free dog, show me a little love by clicking on one of my playlists or videos for more information like this and hear the latest service dog news and court rulings. Subscribe to the Service Dog channel.